Sunny.
Welcome to The Reasons We Smile with Dr. Kvitko, the show that brings you man-on-the-street interviews, celebrity guests, groundbreaking research, and heartwarming stories about the reasons we smile. Our show is also known as everything you've always wanted to know about dentistry, but were too numb to ask. Hello, I'm General Dentist Dr. Kvitko, and thank you for joining me today.
The following views and opinions do not necessarily reflect those of this station, its staff, management, or parent company. To hear a replay of this show or one of the great shows that previously aired, log on to thereasonswesmile.com or iTunes, keyword Dr. Kvitko or The Reasons We Smile. Listeners should not use Dr. Kvitko's comments and advice in place of an actual dental exam.
Brighten your life with a smile that shows the professional touch of Dr. Kvitko.
Time now for The Reasons We Smile with Dr. Kvitko. Call 459-9769 to discuss your dental issues. Now, here's your host, Dr. Kvitko.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to The Reasons We Smile. I'm Dr. Kvitko. This is episode number 530. Thank you so much for joining me. Today we're going to discuss why teeth move and how they move. Before we get started, let me remind you, if you'd like to follow me on Twitter, it's at Dr. Kvitko. And if you would please go to my office Facebook page and like us, that would be awesome. It's Dr. Kvitko and Associates. Also, all past episodes, complete with video, are available at thereasonswesmile.com, and we are streaming live on Facebook. All right, now, if you're a dentist with at least 3 years' experience, I'm looking for an associate, so please call me or send me an email. It's 614-262-9588. Email is bkvitko@aol.com. And by the way, we've had a few inquiries. We're doing some interviews now. And so I feel like I'm getting close, but it's not too late because I think I might even need 2 associates, so we will see. All right, I want to remind you that in about 10 minutes, you're going to have a chance to win free flowers from DeSantis Florist. And they'll be delivered to your place of business on Tuesday afternoon. So you might want to type in or pre-program into your phone the phone number, which is 614-459-9769. We'll get to that in about 10 minutes. All right, so as I mentioned, we are going to talk about why teeth move and how they move today. And it's funny because I have a blog, and this is one of the topics, and I didn't realize how popular it was. Apparently, over 5,000 people have read this blog. So I thought for those of you that haven't read it, I will bring it to you live on the radio, and then you're also welcome to go and read it if you'd like. So this is from my website, drkvitko.com. So there are a few reasons why you will end up feeling like your teeth have moved. Even if you've worn your teeth aligners earlier in life, you'll reach a time later in life when you will develop a feeling of teeth moving. This can be attributed to many factors, and we're going to go over all of them now, but don't be worried because it's a common phenomenon in many people. In order to ascertain that the condition is normal, you need to visit your dentist, visit me, who will inspect them before offering a solution. Shifting of the teeth should be monitored because failure to monitor it, the shifting process, they may end up leaving spaces between them, which will end up paving the way for food particles to get in there, and of course that causes, cavities and bone loss, gum disease, all of that. So some of the reasons that your teeth may shift are, and I want to make sure that I've covered all of the ones we'll have time for before we do Dr. Kvitko's question of the day. And I will say, okay, because as you may have guessed, that's going to be the answer. Okay, wisdom teeth. So if you have wisdom teeth that are buried behind the last teeth and they are trying to come in, they can move your teeth. They can make your other teeth crooked. And if you look at the x-ray, most people, you'll find an x-ray is showing that those teeth are leaning forward, sometimes completely horizontal, sometimes even pointing down. But nevertheless, they're pushing on the back of the last molars. And as they try to come in, they're going to make, especially if your front teeth kind of will get out of line. So what happens is your front teeth are lined up, and then if you push on the back teeth, it pushes maybe the cuspid out of the way. And so now you have this, what used to be a blockade of keeping your teeth straight, is now been breached. And so the teeth can shift. Now think of your smile, think of your teeth, the arch of teeth, is we talk about the upper arch and the lower arch, right? So think of it as an archway of brick. Okay, so a brick archway. You're going to walk under in an opening of an old church, for example, and you're going to see that if you look at the top, they have these bricks and they're placed perpendicular to the opening, and they're right next to each other, and they build this arch, okay? Now, what's keeping those bricks from collapsing or falling out is the pressure that they have on each other. So because they're pushing on each other, they stay stable. They stay put, and they hold the opening. If you take one brick away, everything falls. Everything collapses. Now, in the case of a brick arch, it collapses really quickly. In the case of your mouth, it will be a slower transition, but you're going to notice it within just a few weeks or a month. You're going to see how the teeth change. All right? So, I got off on a tangent a little bit, I think. But anyway, so yeah, anything that's pushing on your teeth to, in this case, and you know, if you're comparing with a brick, anything that's pushing on that brick to compromise it. So let's say something is going to dig the mortar out. Well, anything that pushes a brick out is going to push the other teeth out. Okay. The other thing would be having your teeth extracted and not replacing them. So if you have a tooth out, you should be thinking about either a space maintainer or a bridge, fixed bridge, or a removable partial denture, or having an implant placed and a crown put there where the tooth used to be so that it holds those other teeth apart and it holds the one that it bites against, or the one it used to bite against, from moving. So if it's a lower tooth, that top tooth, if it has nothing to bite against, is going to drop down. If it's a top tooth that's missing, the bottom tooth that doesn't have a tooth to bite against anymore, it's going to raise up. It defies gravity. See, we would all kind of expect to be able to understand how a tooth can drop down, but up? How does it do that? And why does it do that? Okay, and we think it does it because it's so used to feeling that little tap, tap, tap when you chew, that when there's nothing, that it doesn't feel anything, it starts lifting up, trying to figure out where'd that tooth go that I used to bite against. Same thing with the teeth on either side. The ones that were touching it on the front half and the back half, they start leaning inward going, where'd my friend go? Where'd that tooth go? I remember having a friend over here that I used to touch all the time. Another would be periodontal disease, which causes bone around your teeth to be resorbed or lost. And if you lack bone, just naturally, the tooth can get loose. So think of it as a fence post that's no longer in the ground deep enough, or maybe was never in the ground deep enough. Well, in this case, it would be, used to be strong, right? Used to be in the ground deep enough. Well, maybe there was a flood and all the dirt washed away from around that fence post. And so, well, it used to be buried in the dirt 3 feet. Now it's only buried in the dirt 1 foot. Well, if you have a 15-foot pole with only 1 foot buried, that's not very strong. And you could walk up to it and shake it. And in fact, in a strong wind, it will shake, and sometimes it'll start to lean. Well, your teeth do the same thing when you've had bone loss. And so we can take an x-ray and show that, hey, the bone used to be here, but now it's there. All right? And so that will make your teeth shift. And by the way, one of the more common ways to just spot somebody that has periodontal disease without ever having them sit in my dental chair is when you see flayed out teeth. You see that the teeth have clearly moved. They weren't born that way. They kind of flare out. And by the way, if you take your 4 fingers and a thumb and hold them in front of you with all touching, and then separate them out, you're going to notice that they move out. As they move outward, spaces open up. See, as they move outward, spaces open up. I'm showing the people on camera. Okay? So, let me make sure I did that. I just realized that I'm looking at the wrong camera. Here we go. Okay, so yeah. I was looking at my Facebook camera. Okay, so you have your hand like this, right? Together, and then you move it out, they come apart, right? Move it out, they come apart. So when I see somebody walking into the room with all those spaces, I'm pretty sure they are missing their back teeth and they have gum disease or periodontal disease. They don't even know it yet. You know, in some cases they're coming because their wife told them they had bad breath, and I can tell you have bad breath from across the room even though I haven't smelled it yet, because I can see you have periodontal disease, okay? Now, I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to make you feel bad. I'm just saying, as a dentist and doing it all these years, 38, that's what it is. It's the truth. Okay, so teeth can move then if the other teeth will move if you have a tooth extracted. So if you have a tooth extracted, make sure you think about having it replaced. And if you can't afford the replacement, at the very least, get a space maintainer. It's just a little loop soldered onto a band, and the band goes over one of the teeth. The little loop leans up against the other one. It'll keep those teeth apart until you're ready. Okay? You don't want them to go like that. All right. Okay. So we've covered 3 so far. Wisdom teeth trying to come in can make your teeth move. Having a tooth extracted that you haven't had replaced or the space held. and periodontal disease, which causes bone around the teeth to resorb, and therefore it's no longer strong. So, by the way, those are probably going to be part of Dr. Kvitko's question of the day when we get there. We're not quite there yet. We have a few more things that we can talk about beforehand, but it is leading to you winning flowers from the Santa's florist. Okay, so let me go back to the list from my blog, because the blog starts out with the word age. So as we get older, your teeth can shift. Slight shifting is normal. However, it's still a good idea to have me check to make sure that it's normal and that it's not one of these disease processes. How your tongue rests. Now, we've all heard of people that have a tongue thrust, right? A tongue thrust. And you see youngsters who thrust their tongue as they speak. This is prior to speech therapy, of course. They can actually cause their front teeth there to be like a little hole there when you when they close their teeth together. The teeth don't touch because their tongue keeps pushing those teeth forward. So, okay, now some of it is when you're biting food, where the position of your tongue when you're biting food. But and you know, if you are having this occur, the way orthodontists deal with it is they make a little tongue crib. It's a little appliance that fits over the upper molars, and it has a little basket, and it keeps your tongue out of the way. Your tongue can't get up there. And so that way they can shift the teeth back to where they need to be and get them straight, and eventually put a retainer in there so that your tongue won't be able to make them crooked. And in some cases, the little basket has to be more than a basket. It has to have little metal, like little wires on it that maybe makes it uncomfortable for your tongue to actually touch it, so your tongue quickly learns to, hey, I don't want to do that because that's going to hurt. All right. Now, also from the blog, when so many back teeth are missing, for whatever reason, extractions or born without a couple teeth, because that can happen. People can be born without an adult tooth, so the baby tooth doesn't have anything to replace it. And when that happens, if you don't get it replaced, then the other teeth can shift. So, and by the way, the other thing that happens, not just the periodontal disease, you can take somebody who has no periodontal disease, and if you lose all of the back teeth, the only teeth that are going to touch are going to be your front teeth, right? And if that's not supposed to be. In fact, those front teeth usually just miss when you have back teeth. But when you start hitting them, the bottom front teeth, I'll try to do this camera thing again, the bottom teeth come in like this, and they start pushing the top teeth out. I don't know if you can see that or not, but just lack of teeth. All right, you're not supposed to chew with your front teeth. You're supposed to bite with your front teeth. The teeth are called incisors. That sounds a lot like scissors. You're supposed to cut your food, and then you're supposed to chew it in the back. Okay, so remember, incisors cut teeth. They don't chew teeth. Cut food. They don't chew food. All right. So let's see, how am I doing on time? Looks like it is time to do Dr. Kvitko's question of the day. Remember, you're going to have a chance to win flowers from DeSantis, and those of you that have pre-programmed the phone number into your phone, good for you. For those of you that didn't, it's 614-459-9769. But before we do the contest, we'd like you to listen to this.
This station will not be held liable for any contesting during The Reasons We Smile with Dr. Kvitko. Participation in the contest allows Dr. Kvitko to record and broadcast your name and call. One winner per household. Prizes are non-transferable, cannot be substituted, and are subject to taxes and fees. This station cannot be responsible for the inability to enter the contest, whether due to equipment malfunction or telephone difficulties. All decisions of Dr. Kvitko concerning this contest or eligibility are final.
And now it's time for Dr. Kvitko's question of the day.
All right, and today we're talking about why teeth move and how they move. We haven't done the how part yet, but we'll get to that. Anyway, so which of the following can make your teeth move even though you don't want them to? Is it A, your wisdom teeth trying to come in? B, having teeth extracted that can make the others move? C, periodontal disease causing the bone around the teeth to resorb? Or D, all of the above. All right, the winner's going to receive free flowers from DeSantis Florist. They'll be delivered to your place of business this Tuesday afternoon. The number to call is 614-459-9769. That's 614-459-9769. So go ahead and call now.
You won't believe it though. I want to hear your mind. And there's nothing else in the world tonight. She said people don't take the time. Hey, people don't take the time.
Hi, I'm Keith Carlos, winner of America's Next Top Model and star of Chocolate City 2. Look for my smile on the big screen this summer, courtesy of Dr. Kvitko. Stay tuned to The Reasons We Smile with Dr. Kvitko, the world's most interesting dentist.
Hi, I'm Dr. Kvitko, general dentist and host of the Reasons We Smile radio and roadshow. Did you know that you no longer need to visit several different dental professionals to get more complete dental care? We handle everything from cleanings and orthodontics to restoration, implants, and smile makeovers, all in my office. And now we have 2 locations. Get the most advanced technology and procedures available today. It's more complete dentistry.
Visit worldsmostinterestingdentist.com for more info about Dr. Kvitko.
Dr. Kvitko! Let's go!
Hi, this is Richard Simmons. Dr. Kvitko's here, and he's going to help you with all of your problems. Are your teeth yellow? He can fix that. Are you missing a tooth? He can put a new one in. How is that?
That's very good. Thank you, Richard.
Okay, we're doing Dr. Kvitko's question of the day. We have 4 callers on the line. We have Sarah, Hammond, Erica, and Leslie. And we're going to go, let's see, today with line 2. Who's that? Hammond? Yes, Hammond,
Yes.
Are you there? Hey.
I'm still here.
Good, good. Hey, thanks for calling in. Thanks for listening. Do you have the answer to Dr. Kvitko's question of the day?
Yes, it's all of the above.
Awesome. And what do you do for a living, Hammond?
I work as a pharmacist.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're a pharmacist. Awesome. Awesome. So I've probably talked to you when I call in prescriptions. You guys work all the time.
I know.
Hey, at least you'll never be without a job, right?
Yeah, that's right. Have to pay the bills.
Exactly. Hey, stay on the line so we can get the information where to send you those flowers, all right?
Sounds good. Thank you, sir.
Okay, take care. All right, let me give that to my producer. All right, and Sarah, Leslie, and I forgot the other name, Erica, please call back next week. I had to look at the sheet. All right, guys, so let's go on with why do teeth move? Okay, so now there is decay. I don't want to miss decay. Guess what? If you get cavities between your teeth and they're not addressed, essentially the cavity is going to narrow the tooth, right? Because it gets rotten there. So then, as your tooth gets more narrow, the back teeth move forward. So decay causes your teeth to move. And sometimes what happens is, by the time I see a patient, by the time they show me or come in, their tooth is so rotten that the other 2 teeth have moved in, and when I go to place an implant, it's going to be about 3/4 the width of what the tooth used to be. If it gets too skinny, sometimes we'll move the teeth back or separate the 2 teeth, make the opening big enough again. But otherwise, we can put a smaller implant crown there and keep the teeth from moving. So cavities. Okay, decay. Now, there is this thing called physiologic mesial drift. That's a term that we learn in dental school, and it's this phenomenon where all of back teeth want to be front teeth. Okay? For some reason, all of the back teeth want to shift forward over our lifetime. So even if there's no wisdom tooth pushing it, even if there's no other obvious reason, and even if there's no other obvious reason, it's possible that the teeth are still going to shift. Okay? So I just wanted to, it's there, folks. So it doesn't, you don't really have any, it doesn't have to be something bad that happens. It doesn't have to be a cavity. It doesn't have to be wisdom tooth. It doesn't have to be bone loss. The back teeth want to become front teeth over your lifetime. And so that means you can start with straight teeth. That means you can be born with straight teeth, have beautiful teeth, and somewhere in middle age, 35, 45, your teeth are crooked. It's like, how did that happen? Okay? So remember that, and if they do start to become crooked, we can fix it. All right? We do a thing called 6-month smiles, which is a neat way because it will straighten your teeth within about 6 months. Most of the cases I do are somewhere in the neighborhood of 4.5 to 5 months, which is really, really fun to get people straightened up that quickly. Okay, so remember, physiologic mesial drift, and there's nothing you can do about it. There's nothing you can do about it. It just happens. Okay, you can also, your teeth can shift because you have a late growth spurt. So let's say you have straight teeth. Let's say you're 16, 17, 18, 19 even. And then all of a sudden, you have spaces between your teeth. Your jaw can grow. Some people have these late growth spurts. And so I have a young man who had that happen. His orthodontics was complete, and all of a sudden he had spaces. Well, in his case, it was the lower jaw that grew and the upper jaw didn't. And so now he has this overbite, this crossbite, underbite, I guess. I'm sorry, underbite, where the lower teeth are more prominent. So, a growth spurt. Grinding your teeth. Okay, if you grind your teeth, you're going to grind them down in places. If you grind them down enough, you've ground away the part of the tooth that touches each other. And so then you create these spaces that then either will close, your body will close if you have back teeth wanting to come forward, or they'll just get out of line. So grinding your teeth is another thing that can do that. Okay, clenching your teeth, kind of the same thing, although clenching, when you clench your teeth, you're kind of squeezing them apart. You push that, you squeeze really hard, and it forces the teeth outward, the upper teeth outward. Now, I do want to get into how we move teeth through bone. I think we're going to do that soon, because it's really kind of fascinating, you know, it really actually is, because you're moving something hard through something hard. Oh, I missed one. Okay, you've had your teeth straightened, but if you don't wear your retainer, they get crooked again. So why is that? There's a thing called an elastic memory of the periodontal ligament around the teeth, and every tooth has these little fibers, the periodontal ligament fibers, and they're called Sharpie's fibers, and those are stretched. So if your tooth is crooked, and then we straighten it, we rotate it, well, if we haven't disconnected those fibers, if all we've done is rotated your tooth, we've stretched those fibers, and they do have an elastic memory, just like a rubber band will have one. You pull the rubber band out, and it goes back to its original shape, right? So if you stretch these fibers by rotating a tooth or moving a tooth, and then you stop pulling, well, it's slowly over time going to rotate back. That's why retainers are so important, okay? So that's another reason that makes teeth move. Okay, so I think it is time to go to a break. You're listening to The Reasons We Smile with Dr. Kvitko, episode number 530, and we'll be right back.
You can't take me as I am, not just a little bit. I don't know who to be. I'm a paper cup, baby, of the sea. I know you see it too, 'cause you're too much for me.
This is Clark Kellogg. Stay tuned for more of Dr. Kvitko.
Estás escuchando con Dr. Kvitko aquí en su estación favorita.
Hi, I'm Dominique Reichert. Like what you hear? Why not use the show to promote your product or service by becoming a sponsor? Call 614-262-9588 to learn how. That's 614-262-9588. Call now.
Hi, I'm Dr. Kvitko, general dentist and host of the Reasons We Smile radio and roadshow. I've been honored to help several famous people get a perfect smile, like Keith Carlos and Dominique Reigard from America's Next Top Model, and Ted the Golden Voice Williams from right here in Columbus. Isn't it time you had a celebrity smile? It costs less than you might think, and most of the time, it can be done in one visit. A new smile can make a world of difference.
Visit worldsmostinterestingdentist.com for more info about Dr. Kvitko.
I'm Grandpa, and I go to Dr. Kvitko, and I still have all my teeth. Real ones. Where's my glasses?
Okay, we're back. I'm Dr. Kvitko. This is The Reasons We Smile. It's episode number 530. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. And for those of you on Facebook Live, I appreciate that as well. And so, okay. Now, I said I want to talk about how teeth move. And if you're watching, you're seeing some, if you're watching to the reasonswesmile.com, you know, the ustreamtv.com thing, you're going to see some panels, some photos, some slides that explain a little bit of this. But basically, you take, okay, so picture a piece of metal stuck in a piece of concrete. And you want to move it from the middle of the concrete to the edge of the concrete. How do you do that? You can't, unless you get a jackhammer, right? But you take a solid tooth, which is just as hard, and you move it through bone, which is just as hard, and people just accept it. We don't even think about the miracle of that, right? Okay, So when you pull on a tooth, you're putting pressure on the side that's the direction you're pulling, right? So that side of the tooth is putting pressure on the bone. And as luck would have it, that side is stimulating in the bone, you're stimulating osteoclasts. Osteoclasts eat bone. They eat bone cells, all right? And so you're destroying the bone on the side of the tooth in the direction that you're trying to push the tooth. But also, very luckily, if you pull on a tooth, or you pull on bone, because remember it's attached to the bone through these Sharpie's fibers, you stimulate osteoblasts, little cells that grow bone. So what you're really doing is you're killing bone cells on the one side, and then you're growing bone cells on the back side, and ever so slowly, this tooth is moving through bone. Isn't that cool? I mean, we all take it for granted, right? Oh, I'm just going to move teeth. It's not like it's not like Jell-O, folks. It's not pudding. but it works, and it's really neat that we can even do that. Now, one of the things whenever I do research for the show, I try to come up with cool information. And I thought, because we probably would have a little time, not a lot, I think we have like 3 minutes left or something, right? About 3. I came upon this posting on YouTube. It's by this young lady, and she calls herself Emma Louise, although her name is actually Emma Harvey, and she's thinking about going by Emma Harvey, but she feels like she has so many viewers or so many followers that know her as Emma Louise, she's conflicted. And she said that on the little blog I was watching. So she posted a thing called 14 Things I Didn't Expect When I Got My Braces Off. And I thought that would be kind of fun to go over for folks. And one is how slimy her teeth felt when they came off. She forgot how slimy they were. Like slippery green moss on a rock in a river, she says. Now, it only lasted a few seconds or a few minutes, but she was just amazed at how she hadn't had that slimy feeling in years, right? Number 2 was her teeth looked really white, more white than she thought they would. So she was so used to having all of the bands and all the different things on there. Sometimes there's even plaque, right? Because it's hard to keep your teeth clean. They just didn't. She just forgot how white they were. She thought they'd be a little bit off white, I guess. Now, her teeth and mouth area looked really small. Her lips weren't pushed out anymore, so her teeth and mouth area looked really small. That was a big surprise. And her teeth looked really big, which again, that feeling goes away in a week or so, but that was because the brackets are covering part of the teeth. You're only seeing part of it during the process, right? And so when those brackets come off, it's like, wow, my teeth are big, and my mouth is small. So why did I do this, right? Anyway, the other thing, and this one I'm very well aware of, is how few people noticed when she had her braces off. And I tell people when I'm doing the braces, I say, now don't be surprised if people aren't going to come. They're not going to come up to you and say your smile looks awesome. They're not going to come up to you and say, hey, you just got your braces off. They're going to ask you questions like, did you change your hair? Did you change your makeup? Something looks different. Did you lose weight? Because people don't seem to remember that your teeth used to be crooked. They just know they look nice now. Now, she forgot how good it was to be able to eat anything she wanted with food not getting stuck in her teeth, and that's obviously a big deal. And also, she said that when you get your braces off, we have to do impressions. Us dentists, dental assistants, we do impressions, right? So we, in her case, she was afraid she was going to gag and throw up, and I know some people do have that gag reflex. And so, but what she really went on to say is how it wasn't as bad as she thought it was going to be. So don't be afraid of the impressions. By the way, if you're a really bad gagger, I have discovered that if I can even numb a person, you numb the tongue and you numb the roof of the mouth, and people don't gag because they don't realize it's in there. Now, she found herself using her Snapchat app to show off her teeth by making the big, funny, really big smiles. She was proud of her smile, which is funny. She's proud of her smile, and she's making it really, like, goofy, filling up the whole field. That big, I don't know if there's a name for that or not. She didn't know how dirty and gross retainers can get. Retainers can get pretty darn gross. She didn't even hold up to the camera for that one. Didn't realize how easy it is to break the retainer, and suggest you keep your pets away from them, and that you take it out of your mouth evenly and not awkwardly. And she forgot what it was like to have braces on. And when she first got them off, chewing food, cold and hot, was sensitive. She forgot how easy it was to brush without braces being in the way. And when she got them off, she was expecting to be a new person, but she really realized she feels exactly the way she used to. She has a little bit better outlook, but she's still the same person. Okay, so that is all the time we have. If I'm looking at the clock, absolutely. So thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. Don't forget, again, I'm looking for a dentist to be an associate. So please call my office at 614-262-9588 or send me a personal email to bkvitko@aol.com. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter at Dr. Kvitko and visit my office Facebook page and like us. It's Dr. Kvitko and Associates. Remember that all past episodes, complete with video, are available at thereasonswesmile.com. Be sure to tune in next week and every week right here on your favorite station. Goodbye.
This is Carly Red from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, the hit show on VH1, urging you to tune in next week with my dentist, Dr. Kvitko.
If you're interested in learning more about this and other dental health topics, go to thereasonswesmile.com to access full episodes of Dr. Kvitko's show.
If you'd like Dr. Kvitko, the world's most interesting dentist, to speak at your next event, please call 614-262-9588. That's 614-262-9588, or send an email to speaking@thereason